I don't know about you, but I have never found myself at a live concert obsessing over what brand of equipment a musician's using. I doubt you have. You're impressed with the skill of the musician rather than the branding of the equipment. So why as photographers do we care so much about what each other is shooting? I think it's because we can always use the excuse that our pictures would be better if we had better equipment. Listen, equipment is important, but knowing how to use it is even more important. By understanding and mastering your equipment, you can focus 100% on things that really matter. Things like lighting. The first piece of equipment is your camera. That camera should be like an extension of your arm. Put that camera in your hand as often as possible. Learn every button, every feature. You know, the time to learn your camera is at home on the couch watching a movie. My wife hates it when we sit down to watch a movie. I have one eye on the TV, one eye on the camera manual. During a shoot is not the time to learn your camera. The next piece of equipment is your lenses. What do you really know about each lens in your bag? So the next piece of equipment we want to talk about is the lenses. How much do you really know about all those lenses in your camera bag? You should be able to approach a scene and know exactly which lens will work. You need to know exactly what it'll look like. Do you need a wide angle? Do you want to see everything? Maybe you want to make the mountains or something look far away. This is what it looks like at 14 millimeter. Or maybe you want to bring everything close. This is what it looks like at 600 millimeter. We literally now have the ability to move mountains. When you approach a scene, you should be able to take a look around at your foreground, your background, and then decide, do you want to compress it or you want to expand it? Then simply choose the right lens. Let me give you an example. Last year, I was shooting a band out of New York. My first thought was to throw a wide-angle lens on and get that edgy, grungy look that you see so much of in rock photography. Now, I started to think, come on, these guys are established musicians. They're not 19-year-olds playing out of their parents' garage. I wanted to put them in a more serious light. By simply just switching to my 200 millimeter lens, I created a shot with an entirely different mood at the exact same location. Now, if you look at the two photos side by side, the back edge of the building behind them, in the first picture, it looks like it's a quarter mile away in the wide shot. And now it only looks like it's about 40 to 60 feet away in the telephoto shot. Side by side shots like these always blow me away because it's the same photo. It's just the lens that makes that much difference. Changing the lens can dramatically change the shot. The more you know about your lenses, the more control you have. Whenever I get a new lens, I try to shoot with that lens only for like a couple of days until I really get to know it. I know it intimately, inside and out. I know its f-stops, its zoom ranges, its capabilities, and its limitations. By the time I'm done, I know exactly what that lens will do and what it won't do. Let's talk one last thing about equipment. Always have a backup plan. You know, lights melt down, cameras fail, lenses get dropped, flashcards, they write errors, and umbrellas, you know, they seem to attract wind and they just like to float down the, what was the name of that river? Well, anyways, you may live in a perfect little bubble where nothing ever goes wrong at the absolute most critical time. But for the rest of us, have a backup plan. A backup plan for you may not be just, I need to own 2 cameras. However, that is a perfect backup plan. But a backup plan could be as simple as just having a friend that you can call that'll let you borrow theirs if something goes wrong. You know, you might be able to get away with rescheduling a senior portrait, but hey, good luck convincing some bride to reschedule their wedding simply because your camera quit working.